You are now watching the ODTV.
What's good, YouTube? Brock Brown, the ODTV. Boxing is what we talking about. Deontay Wilder, man, he was impressive on Saturday night. He was very impressive with his knockout over Dominic Breazeale. He looked clean. He got away well. He was never on the back foot. He caught Dominic Breazeale early. He clinched. Wilder let his hands go first. Wilder looked like he was in complete control. Wilder looked like a better boxer than he was previously. But all that's cool. Credit to Deontay Wilder. I'm glad that's out the way. Now, let's talk facts, though. Why is it that Deontay Wilder can openly duck Anthony Joshua on national television and we make excuses for it? Or we don't talk about it? Deontay Wilder said that you got to have patience. Tell me when Anthony Joshua said you got to have patience. See, I understand most of us, I ain't gonna say all, but most of us go to public school, and the public school don't teach you shit, but basically how to navigate your way through the American streets and get your change back correctly, and read the mail that comes for yourself and stuff like that. But my point is this: we can't be that naive that because Deontay Wilder accomplished something that Anthony Joshua didn't, and that whole triangle theory is trash. Wilder, yes, he beat Breazeale faster than Joshua did. Joshua beat Molina and Gavern faster than Wilder did. Breazeale beat Molina faster than Wilder did. But I couldn't get nobody to bet on Dominic Breazeale. So people knew better than they would talk about. Oh, Dominic Breazeale, he got Molina out there around earlier. It doesn't matter. Because Eric Molina's not Deontay Wilder. Eric Molina's not Anthony Joshua. Eric Molina's obviously not even Dominic Breazeale. So, like I said, the triangle theory thing just did that whole mess. But anyway, Deontay Wilder said we got to have patience. Deontay Wilder said we have to have patience. With time comes patience or whatever he said. Yo, listen, I don't know it all. I'm not I'm not trying to claim to be the guy who has all the answers. But everything I've seen, he's ducking Anthony Joshua until he's ready. I tried 5 times. According to you, Deontay, you sent one offer. He said he tried 5 times throughout this Dominic Breazeale Showtime series and the press tours. He said to the media and the new media people, he said he tried 5 times. But according to Deontay Wilder, he made one offer. $50 million. You have to accept it and then I'll send the contract. This is what he said, okay? But he said he tried 5 times. So help me understand in the comment section. Somebody do a podcast or a live stream, one of the people who I watch, and tell me how somebody can offer you 12 and a half, 15. I believe there was a 2-fight, $28 million deal in between that. Or after that, $100 million, $40 million for a fight, 60-40. Who's trying to make the fight and who's not? Help me out. Shelly Finkel says that they're not going to give them anything. So that's letting me know. Well, I ain't gonna say it's letting me know. I'm not even gonna get to that part yet. The case is against Deontay Wilder, people. No matter what he does in the ring, we talking about outside the ring. This is off the field. What we're talking about right here. This conversation right here, this part of the conversation is off the field. Deontay Wilder has said multiple things. 50-50 no fight. 50-50 no fight. After I beat Fury, it's going to be 60-40. Fury's a coward. Then he understood what Fury did. Listen, I can't do it. I want everybody to hear what I'm saying straight up. No bullshit. I ain't adding no sauce on it. I ain't no drip on it. None of that cool shit. Listen, Deontay Wilder has been ducking Anthony Joshua since day one. Just like he ducked Vladimir Klitschko. Listen, the things I'm saying they do not mean that Deontay Wilder did not knock out Dominic Breazeale in one round and Anthony Joshua took 7 rounds. It doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that he didn't get a draw in some people's eyes with Fury where other people say he lost. That sounds like a draw, right? Some people say you won, some people say you lost. Okay? I understand that a lot of people who are saying he won are his fans. A lot of people saying Fury got a long count, but the digits on the screen didn't match up with their story. I understand all that, but that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is the fact that Deontay Wilder's actions, what he actually does, who he actually chooses to fight, the people that Deontay Wilder gets in the ring with, none of them are Anthony Joshua. Shit, I could say that about all your top 4 heavyweights not named Anthony Joshua. Wilder fought Fury and Wilder fought Ortiz. The only one who got in the ring with Joshua was Dillian White. And he said Joshua was juicing. He said he won a shot. He called Joshua a lanky bum or some shit like that, lanky bitch, when Joshua was on the side of the ring. Joshua came up there. They ain't want to let him in the ring. The nigga offered him, got an offer. And what happened? I'm gonna wait for Wilder. Listen, man. I mean, let me say this, man. I was skeptical about making this video because I understand the type of hate that I could get, but at the same time, I can't let it go by. I can't let it go by. You can't say that because he beat Dominic Breazeale up, he's not ducking Anthony Joshua. Those two things, they don't coexist. They have nothing to do. They don't coincide with each other. They have nothing to do with each other. They are 2 different universes. The stock of the fighter, the level of the fighter, and Dominic Breazeale and Deontay Wilder, the only things they have in common with each other is that they're boxers and they both beat him. They don't have nothing else in common with that man. And they all black, I guess. Like, come on, man. Like, you can't. No. Like, come on, dude. This not right, yo. This ain't right that he can go on national TV. And I guess I'm being a hater for telling the truth. He went on television. That man who had the microphone, he said, with all due respect, Deontay, what if we don't want to wait? And Deontay laughed it off. I'm not like what am I saying incorrect here? What am I leaving out? How did AJ make that happen? And just feel what I'm saying, because the quiet ones are always the strongest ones. The loud ones are always the weakest. So yes, Deontay Wilder is physically, he throws a punch harder than Anthony Joshua. I don't think that can be disputed anymore. I think if anything, because triangle theory is bullshit, but if anything was shown, is that Deontay Wilder hits harder than Anthony Joshua. I think that is now proven. I don't think that Anthony Joshua fans such as myself or any other Anthony Joshua fans who are true over-the-top fanboys and Anthony Joshua can't do no wrong no matter what he do. Those people, I don't think you should argue it neither. I don't think you should argue that Anthony Joshua, you could argue maybe that Anthony Joshua can knock you out with more punches, more different punches than Deontay. You could say something like that, but I don't think you should argue anymore after what we just seen him do to Dominic Breazeale. How we seen Dominic Breazeale fall. How we seen Dominic Breazeale legs move when he fell. All that. Deontay Wilder hit hard as a train, cuz. It ain't no question about that. That was a straight right, man. Off the straight right. He linked him. He just linked him. Off the straight right, man. Listen, that's power. That's power. The one barely touched Breazeale. The one, it looked like the one was holding Breazeale chin up so the two could lay Breazeale down. Power, man. But at the same time, see how I did that? Yes, Deontay Wilder, from what I just saw on Saturday, I do believe he hits harder than Anthony Joshua. But the truth is that Deontay Wilder is still ducking Anthony Joshua. Tell me how I'm wrong. Tell me how I'm wrong. I tried 5 times, but he hasn't sent 2 offers. He's tried to fight him 5 times. So by looking at the contract or offer that was sent to you or whatever and saying no, that's you trying? By accepting him sending you an offer? That's the only thing I can fathom he's trying to say. I entertained your shit 5 times. Is that what he's saying? I entertained your offers 5 times, but you didn't accept any of them. You said you accepted the one offer, but you didn't sign a contract. He's saying on national television, on YouTube, on social media platforms all over the world that he accepted an offer. If Deontay Wilder accepted an offer to fight Anthony Joshua, then why the fuck didn't they fight? How is Deontay Wilder allowed to just lie blatantly to everybody and nobody gives a fuck? And Anthony Joshua was the duck. And Anthony Joshua was a fraud. When Wilder fought Molina in his 34th fight and Joshua fought him in his 18th. Wilder fought Breazeale in his 42nd fight and Joshua fought him in his 17th. Joshua is in the draft class. He's in the same motherfucking draft class as Oscar Rivas, as Tom Schwartz. They all got like less than 25 fights. Adam Kalnowski. Listen to what I'm saying. If boxing had draft classes, these guys are all around the same draft class. Adam Kalnowski, Anthony Joshua, Dillian White. Deontay Wilder got almost 20 more fights than some of these guys. He has 20 more fights than Joshua now because he fought what's his name. But Joshua about to fight Andy Ruiz Jr. So then you know he'll be back to 19. But just understand what I'm saying. Understand what I'm saying to you. Let's put this in perspective. Can we please put this? Everybody want to get on the internet and get on YouTube and use big words and try to be smart and try to lead with false narratives to try to spin the mind and create doubts and people who can't come up with their own motherfucking answers and shit like that. People who get dressed off of what the news say in the morning. Those motherfuckers. That's all they doing. They just leading the blind astray. They tell them, yeah, it's water just over this ridge. Keep walking, keep walking, keep walking. That's all the fuck these people doing. And I listen to some of these people. But at the same time, let's keep it 100%. Let's keep it a beam, please. Let's please just do that. Because if we do that, then all this other shit goes out the door. I hear what people say. I hear what you're saying. But you're not being real about shit right now. You're not being real. You cannot sit in my face and tell me that Deontay Wilder is not ducking Anthony Joshua. How can you fix your face? If anybody who say that is just fuck it, I'm Wilder, Team Wilder, whatever he do, it ain't wrong. This has nothing to do with the man in the ring. We talking about off the field. His words not matching his movements, his actions. That's what we're talking about here. We're not talking about nothing else. We're not talking about do he punch harder? Did he look better as a boxer? We talk right now. The only thing I'm speaking on is the fact that there is a mountain of substantial evidence when you combine it. Like I said, you have to put the case together. I tried 5 times, but you to your own statement, you only sent 1 offer. But you tried 5 times, right? Just like when the man said, with all due respect, Deontay, what if the fans don't want to wait? That was pressure, people. That was pressure that was put on Deontay Wilder. That's why he had to laugh it off. Because he was flustered. His mind hadn't produced it hadn't produced the answer yet. Not a feasible one to Deontay. So if it wasn't feasible to the mouth it was about to come out of, how the fuck would it be feasible to the fans? Deontay Wilder sat on television and openly ducked Anthony Joshua, and we're gonna talk about how he knocked Breazeale out faster than Joshua. Come on, people. We got to be better than this, man. As boxing fans, the sport will not grow with us being like this. The sport will not grow with us being so selfish that we don't want the real. That we don't want what's best for boxing at that. Undisputed champion is best for all divisions. Because that means the people who had the belts fought each other. And until new and up and coming fighters come, we can't say that the people who got the belts aren't who they say they are. Unless they refuse to fight the other people that have the belts. That's why, on a side note, if Errol Spence fights Sean Porter, you can't say he ducking Bud Crawford. Sean Porter got a belt. If Errol Spence fight Keith Thurman, you can't say he ducking Bud Crawford. You can say you believe Bud Crawford would beat Errol Spence in a fight. I agree with you. I'm Bud Crawford. I think Bud Crawford gets everybody. I think if we can get the Keith Thurman that beat Sean Porter and Danny Garcia, I think he can beat Errol Spence. That's my personal opinion. What I'm saying to you is this. If Keith Thurman fighting somebody with a belt, it's not ducking Terrence Crawford. You can't say that that's ducking Terrence Crawford. Because when a person has a title, they have something to barter with. It's not just their good name or their good record. If you're undefeated, yeah, you have your record to barter with too. Like Dillian White. This is a step up for Dillian White, fighting the undefeated fighter. How often does Dillian White do that? I'm not throwing no shade at Dillian White. I'm just saying, how often does he do that? How often does he fight an undefeated fighter? Not often to my knowledge. But what I'm saying is this. In a nutshell, people, this is easy stuff that I'm talking about. This is real easy. Deontay Wilder said 50-50 or no fight when his profile was shit. If my memory serves me correct, it was before or around the Ortiz fight. Before the Ortiz fight, when you was fighting Stavern off the couch, it's 50-50 with Joshua or no fight. He said he tried to fight AJ 5 times, but he sent one offer. Only thing I can take from that is that Deontay is trying to say by entertaining AJ's offers that he tried 5 times. Deontay Wilder has said multiple times that he would freeze AJ out. Deontay Wilder said multiple times that now you ain't got nowhere to go and now you want to fight me. Before you said I ain't have no I wasn't nothing and I wasn't nobody, just some dude from Alabama, and now you want to throw all this money at me? Listen, I can't be with y'all on that. I think we all agree that what he did against Breazeale was crazy. It was impressive. The people who know Deontay, they act like it was nothing. I bet they probably seen worse in sparring sessions. But what I'm saying to you is that don't mean that Joshua is the one who ain't been trying to make the fight, because he the one who been sending the offers. He's the one who did more and fought the people that Deontay is fighting just Saturday years ago. So you can't do that. You just can't, there's no way you can successfully pull off that argument or that statement. Now, you can try to mix who will win in the fight and the who's ducking who, and because Deontay Wilder did that to Breazeale, that the AJ will run scared. I heard all types of stupid shit when I was on the live, when I was on the on the other Jones in the comments and stuff. I see all types of madness, yo. Dudes was bugged out, man. Dudes is really bugged out, like they man fans, like true life man fans. Like they like that man. Like I believe personally that people who are like that, who will lie for people that they like, they want to be that person, yo. They wish they could be that person, that individual. Because that's madness. How can you feel like that? As fans, we want to know who the best is. We want to see Deontay Wilder knock Anthony Joshua out. We want to see Anthony Joshua knock Deontay Wilder out. However it go. We have our opinions, but how come we can sit here and argue over what we believe, but them two don't have to get in the ring? Okay, them two get in the ring. Who has done more to make that a reality of the two fighters in question? Stop it, people. Stop it. Stop it. You have to stop the madness. If you look at it like that, and he made one offer, according to him, what more do I have to say? What more do I have to put out there? Deontay Wilder just did a great thing on Saturday, and here it is Monday, I'm making this fucking video. And people ain't gonna do nothing but say, oh, he's a hater. Oh, but see, I can't give him credit for what he did and then criticize him for the things he says because they don't follow what he does. That makes me a hater. Man, this shit is all, we in the upside down, people. The Matrix, we somewhere. Man, like I said, man, I just don't, I just don't understand how it's sunny outside means that the trees are going to bear fruit today. And what I mean by that, just because Deontay Wilder handles his business in the ring, that don't mean that Anthony Joshua ducked him, that Anthony Joshua's ever ducked him. He continues to say that Joshua doesn't want to fight, but Joshua continues to, and his team continue to send him offers. Shelly Finkel speaks for Deontay Wilder. He's the same one who said he wasn't ready for Klitschko at, I believe, 32 fights. Shelly Finkel said that. But when Deontay Wilder and Shelly Finkel went on Sky Sports, they tone was completely different. Their body energy was completely different. They was less so being less combative and being more, well, here are solutions. Here are resolutions. Here are ways we can get this fight made and solve our differences and problems. Even with Deontay Wilder after the fight, he sounded completely different when the stage was that big. Like, I guess because this is me insinuating, because Sky Sports is the UK and that's where Anthony Joshua is popular, he wants to seem like the way I'm trying to put this video out. I'm trying to put this video out unbiased. But because, to me, the proof that Deontay Wilder has done less to make the fight happen, has done more talking, those two things are fucking weird to me. But when I understand killers move in silence and the loudest man in the room is usually the weakest man in the room, when I add all that to the equation, Deontay Wilder being loud and making less offers than AJ, and AJ really not saying nothing. And then when they ask him about it, he said, yeah, it's frustrating, but what can I do? Basically, in a nutshell, what can I do? Can I hate Gerald Miller? Can I hate Deontay Wilder? Can I just not feel calls from him? Anthony, think about what Anthony Joshua was trying to tell you. I want to be undisputed champion. That's all I care about. I'm making money. I don't have to worry about making money right now. Deontay Wilder, before all this Anthony Joshua shit started, he did. If you making $2.1 million versus fucking Ortiz, and the nigga on the other side of the pond is making $20 million a fight, you trying to figure out how to get there. So Deontay Wilder had a problem that Anthony Joshua didn't. So what was Anthony Joshua doing while Deontay Wilder was trying to solve that money problem? Anthony Joshua was out strap collecting, getting belts, becoming the only unified champion. Now, being a unified champion, according to Joe Rogan and Deontay Wilder fanboys, it outweighed, it's not as big as being the WBC champ. Yo, that's hate, y'all. We got to stop that. We got to stop that. It don't mean that it doesn't mean that your presence, your entity in boxing is bigger. No, it doesn't mean that. That is not a fact. but it does mean that you are like Keith Thurman and Earl Spence. Let's take it off of Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua for 2 seconds. Let's go to Keith Thurman and Earl Spence. And you know the beautiful thing about that? They both PBC fighters. You know why if everybody at 147 trying to cash out off of Manny Pacquiao before he walk out the door, you know why I believe Keith Thurman should get it? Because Keith Thurman had 2 belts. Earl Spence had 1. Even if Earl Spence's pay-per-view numbers are better, I believe boxing-wise, Keith Thurman's belt went vacant because he was inactive due to injury. So I'll say again, boxing-wise, as far as boxing, like rankings, sanctioning bodies, boxing fans, people who actually care about like who's going to be the undisputed champion when the whole 147 gauntlet is done. If you care about what goes on with Bud Crawford and his belt, and you care about what goes on with Sean Porter and his belt, those people. Keith Thurman had accomplished more at 147 than Earl Spence. That's a perfect example of what I'm saying. But if my memory, sir, if my information is correct, Earl Spence pay-per-view numbers is better than Keith Thurman's, right? And Earl had 1 pay-per-view, right? Now they about to field test it and see what Mikey Garcia versus Danny Garcia do, I believe, by giving him a pay-per-view. Earl didn't like that, didn't like not getting the Manny fight, so I guess they're going to put Earl and Sean on pay-per-view. But my point is this, and if I'm incorrect, I'm incorrect. I apologize. But my point again is this. Even if Earl Spence did sell more pay-per-views than him, Keith Thurman still accomplished more at 147 because he had 2 straps, and Earl Spence hasn't had that yet. So if there was a line, Keith was the unified welterweight champion when Earl ain't have no belts. If my memory served me correctly. So, like I said, with that being said, I think that if we like to compare fighters and fighter situations, I think that's the real way to look at this is easy. Yes, Deontay Wilder has devastating power. I keep saying this to try to make the video biased. I mean non-biased. I keep saying these things so that nobody's like, oh, he just made a whole video for whatever it is. Where am I at? Where am I at? For 27 minutes, a half hour for to bash Deontay Wilder. He ain't just see what he did against Dominic Breazeale. No, I seen what he did against Dominic Breazeale. And I know Anthony Joshua knocked him out too. It's not like Tyson Fury and Klitschko. And Joshua versus Klitschko. Tyson Fury went the distance. Joshua knocked him out, but Klitschko was coming off the couch when Joshua knocked him out. That's all I'm saying. Let's be fair about things. Stavern was coming off the couch the second time when Wilder knocked him out in the first round, right? But when Stavern was in better shape and he was active, they went 12 rounds. Let's just keep things in context. What's wrong with that? That won't make the sports better. That won't make us better fans if we hold the motherfucking fighters accountable to the things they do and say. So you telling me we should live in a world where the fighter that we like, we don't never say nothing bad about that man. Going against him, that's blasphemy towards God. Shit. Never that. But the person that he's in competition with, we'll throw dirt on that person's name. We'll lie on that person. We'll try to shame that person. We'll try to hope and put it out there into the universe verbally on whatever platform that we have that we hope this person doesn't do well. Whether he black, Puerto Rican, black, white, or Asian, whatever. Black, Puerto Rican, Asian, whatever. White, whatever. And that's how it is. That make us good people. That make us good fans. If we not good people, we can't be good fans. We could be paying customs. Shit, the John pays the hooker, right? We could be paying customers and still being pieces of shit, man. And right now, we ain't moving right. Because Anthony Joshua didn't get knocked out in the first round against Deontay Wilder. Dominic Breazeale did. How is that on Anthony Joshua? How does that diminish Anthony Joshua's star? I feel like karma is a motherfucker. And I believe that Andy Ruiz, Anthony Joshua is going to be bigger than Deontay Wilder, Dominic Breazeale in every facet except for I don't think Andy Ruiz is going to get knocked out in the first round, especially after what just happened to Dominic Breazeale. That's how I think. That's my opinion. Andy Ruiz could get knocked out in the first punch. Andy Ruiz can knock Joshua out in the first punch, I guess, hypothetically speaking. But what I'm saying is the boxing ain't good to us. And this is just me, I guess, overthinking it. Boxing ain't good to us sometimes because we not good to boxing. That's all, man. Like that's how I feel. I feel like we use favoritism and we use fanism to justify putting bad energy and fake shit in the boxing, and then we get mad how it come out. We get mad how the fighters try to use it. We get mad that they see that they got people who willing to help their cause, and they put their motherfucking it's all full speed ahead. It shouldn't be like that. We should be able to have our perspective and our opinion, but when it comes down to having a conversation, we should be able to only use the facts. And I just would like to know in the comment section, whatever, what am I leaving out that Joshua did? Because he said, oh, I hope that Deontay Wilder, and that's karma. He said that. He put it into the air. He put it out there. And Deontay Wilder was already getting sharper because, Dom, for whatever his reasons was. He was going back to basics. He was getting sharper. He was working on the main functions of boxing, and you definitely saw it. I saw it at least. I can't speak for nobody else. It was there. Deontay Wilder looked at like I said, technically, the steps, the feet work, the in and out, the jab. When Dominic Breazeale clinched him and Wilder knew he was hurt, Wilder let his hands go behind his back like, look, ref, I ain't holding him, to make the ref get him off him because he knew he was hurt. I got to get him off me. He's 255 pounds and he just wrapped me up because he hurt. Listen, that was good. All of it was good when he had him in the corner and the way Wilder got out the corner without taking too much punishment. Only time he really got caught was when he had Breazeale hurt in the corner and he ran up on Breazeale. He caught a shot, but it didn't faze him. He felt it. He recalibrated and he went back to work. And he was like this is what I'll say. Wilder had a pace to him. It wasn't just reaction to everything that happened. Wilder, for the first time, to me at least, it looked like he was actually executing the game plan. I could be wrong, but it looked like he was executing the game plan. And with all that being said, he still ducked Anthony Joshua. I want you to hear me clearly. He did it in front of everybody's face. And because he knocked that man out in such an extravagant fashion, none of us talked about it. Now listen, I ain't doing this because I'm not trying to do this because I'm a fan or because I'm in Philly. But Gilly be on Instagram saying some real ass shit, right? I think everybody can agree with that. Of course, no, everybody's not going to agree with everything Gilly says. But I'm sure a lot of people have seen Gilly on Instagram give out a little gem. You know what I mean? Drop a jewel on people. Like, everybody's not as smart as you per se. Everybody's not that intelligent. Some people don't come up with these things. That's what philosophy is. That's why human civilization is where it's at, because you didn't create the gun, but you can own one to keep yourself safe. You didn't create the car, but you can drive one. We have a collective mind because we share ideas. So my point being this, what did Gilly say when they asked him about Wilder? He loved it, right? Because Wilder did good. But then when they asked him about Joshua, what did he say? He's a beast. He's a beast. Because that's the truth. Two things can be true. Both people can be nasty, and one can be better than the other, and we might never know unless they fight each other. But my point is, how is a nigga who always on the internet and is making a name after music for himself by speaking truth to some people, his truth to other people? And when somebody asked him a question, he ain't pick a side. He gave you a answer about both people. When he was asked about what Wilder did just in front of his face, he told the truth. Impressive as hell. He damn near killed that boy. But with Joshua, he's a beast. Joshua, a beast. Because it's the facts. And let me tell everybody else in the world this. If you don't know, because I'm about to get up off this joint. Shelly Finkel, Deontay Wilder, Lou DiBella, and Al Heyman all know that Anthony Joshua is a fucking beast. That's why there's so much bullshit around this. If you want me to I know that the PBC is at war with DAZN, because DAZN is the Hulu of this shit. DAZN is coming in and trying to be the Hulu of boxing. I'm gonna do another video on that. But DAZN is coming in and they trying to be the Hulu of boxing and say fuck you, cable, which is pay-per-view. That's what they're doing. So that's Al Heyman's war to fight. And don't tell me because he a black man and he from this country. Let's take nationality and race, which are two different people, two different things, people. Because you're black, that's okay, you're a Negro, that's your race. Your nationality has nothing to do with your race. If Puerto Ricans are Spanish, then I'm English, and I'm in America. You're completely, that's just dumb shit. We're not going to do that. Let's take nationality and race out of it. Let's take fanism out of it and just speak on the facts. Just the facts, please. Just the facts, please. If we do that, how can we be wrong? If we do that part, how can we be incorrect? And the facts are that Deontay Wilder, to his own admission, has only sent one offer to Anthony Joshua. But he said he tried 5 times. He told you as much that night that Anthony Joshua is not in the immediate plans of his team. Shelly Finkel wants control. Shelly Finkel is still running it like it's the slave corporation that Barry Hearn said it's not anymore. And they're promising people pay-per-view backside. I'm not trying to hear that shit. Give me my shit up front, yo. You always get a little less when you get it up front, unless it don't do what they told you it was going to do. That you might have made up on the upfront deal. You might have made out, you know what I mean? And I just want people to just, like I said, I'm not on here going to bat for Anthony Joshua. I'm not on here bashing Deontay Wilder. That's not what I did. That's not what this was about. This was me saying, I chose right now to do this because Deontay Wilder is fucking high as the sun right now. And if I will say this while you're high as the sun, I don't want anything in the future to happen and motherfuckers say, well, I'm trying to kick Wilder while Wilder's down. No. I gave Wilder credit for what he did. I gave Wilder credit for never taking a loss, even though I'm one of those people who personally believe Tyson Fury won by points on the card. I personally believe that. That's my opinion. I'm entitled to it. Now, I'll say this. In retrospect to that, I believe that Deontay Wilder we seen against Dominic Breazeale, the way he moved, the way he boxed, I believe that Deontay Wilder beats the Tyson Fury that beat Deontay Wilder the first fight. Now, the new Tyson Fury that we'll see against Tom Schwartz, I have no clue about that because he's in a whole different level of fitness than he was when he fought Deontay Wilder. You can see it in his fucking face. But yeah, man, I ain't gonna burn no more of y'all time, man. I've been on this joint like, 30, almost 40 minutes. I think I said what I had to say. I said it while Deontay Wilder is still the king of the world right now until June 1st at least. Or at least that's the only time where Anthony Joshua will have a chance to combat that. So right now, Deontay Wilder is the fresh hotness. He is the one on top right now. And that's when I chose to make my statements. That's when I chose to still put out there that, yes, he did what he did to Breazeale, but as soon as he was interviewed at the end of the fight, he openly ducked Anthony Joshua, and everybody gonna gloss over that because he stopped Breazeale faster than Joshua did? Man, listen. Like, comment, subscribe, hate. Let me know what you think, man. Tell me if I'm wrong. And if I am, please tell me why. Peace out, the ODTV, man.